Good morning, Tennessee Valley. Welcome back to a Friday morning.
A new year for us, a warmer day for us. I'm glad we didn't have earlier this week. It had something to come in here early in the morning with the, I guess, zero temperatures, negative temperatures, and so I'm glad we've got a little bit warmer one, looking into a nicer.
South to get away from all of that.
Yeah, it followed us. Yeah, I saw a video on that yesterday. Some people live by the ocean, I guess, and the weather temperature was changing and it got so cold that the sea foam it looked like the ice, it was freezing as it was coming in. It looked like it was walking across the yard. It was videotaping it, and it was creeping across the yard. I mean, it started out that it was way back there towards the beach and everything, and then it was just pushing its way up onto the yard until it was up in their house. It was trying to grab everything away from the front of it, but it looked like it was walking across the ground, like it was freezing as it was coming across
like
there.
Fingers, didn't it? It was
and she was yelling and screaming, trying to run and grab up the shovel and everything. And I think, man, living on the beach and you got frozen sea foam in your backyard, that's terrible.
It is.
And then I saw one the other day, or the day before yesterday. Somebody had posted that hell froze over. It did.
It literally froze over.
Yeah, it was Hell, Michigan. And it said it finally happened. Hell has frozen over. And it said Hell, Michigan. You know, and it had looked like the entry to the cemetery is what it looked like. It said Hell on it and everything. And I thought, yeah, it's happened. Everybody's saying all these things about hell freezing over before something happens. It's happened.
There's your sign.
Yep, there's your sign. So what do you have for us today, Stace? I know you've grabbed out some weird holidays.
Well, yeah, we always have some bizarre holidays.
Yeah, I went and looked at it. It is. I mean, I wonder who makes these things.
I don't know. Well, some of them say they can't even find a background on it.
Yeah, it's just somebody posted it someplace. I want to try to do that. I want to try to post.
You're going to create one?
I want to create one, just put out there as weird holidays and see if anybody grabs it up and runs with it.
Goes with it.
And
well, today, being January 10th, is Houseplant Appreciation Day.
See, I found a different one.
What'd you find?
I found Joe Palo Day.
Joe Palo Day.
Well, I mean, they call it Peculiar People Day.
Oh, you renamed it.
Yeah, January 10th encouraged to honor peculiar people in our life, so.
Joe Palo is your peculiar person.
I'm honoring Joe Palo today. Two salutes. How they do it on the Tim the Tool Man, you know? The two salute or something, salute, to whatever. Yeah, there we go.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
And then I looked on here, and you've got to get to learn how to whistle. It's January 12th. It's Feast of Fabulous Wild Men Day. Oogle and whistle at all the hunks you come across. So you better come across. That better be oogle and whistle at the hunk.
Not hunks.
Yeah. You better change that up. Did you get to oogle and whistle? You do an oogle?
So you're a wild man, is what you're saying?
No, I'm fabulous though.
You're fabulous.
Yeah, I'm not a wild man anymore.
No, I told you perfect. I didn't say fabulous.
Yeah, I tell myself fabulous. We got that big mirror in there, and I tell myself all the time, you're fabulous, yourself, and your wife thinks you're perfect.
You beat your chest and all that
Pull
stuff.
the hair out. That's why I don't have very much hair on my chest. So you got to oogle and whistle at me all day from January 12th.
January 12th, that's Sunday.
Yes, and then Monday is Rubber Ducky Day.
Rubber Ducky, yes.
Yeah, I don't even have a rubber ducky. I don't think I even had one growing up as a child.
You were deprived.
No, I had a BB gun.
You had a BB gun?
Yeah. I'd shoot it probably.
Rubber Ducky Day. Does it say how to celebrate Rubber Ducky Day?
Nope. I'm pretty much just carry your rubber ducky around,
Carry him around?
Yeah. Because then the next day is January 14th is Put Your Pets in People's Clothes Day.
Put your pet in people clothes.
Yeah.
People do that anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, my sister probably does that.
Yeah, her little dog.
Cuddles it and carries it around like it's a baby. I can't believe it's not a baby, it's a
People
dog.
People love their pets, James.
It's a dog. It's got fleas.
It's got fleas. Not all dogs have fleas.
Why not? Most dogs do. Well, they can have it.
You treat them, take care of them.
Well, they can have the chance to have it. I mean, there's other ways you can describe why it's a dog. I'll leave it at it gets fleas. I'll leave it at that.
So if you had a dog and put it in people's clothes, what would you put on it?
I used to put my dog in people's clothes. You take it and toss it in the air and land in a laundry basket. Is that what it's not saying? Oh, you talk about dress. It says put it in people's clothes.
Put it in people's clothes. Okay, James.
What else? You have anything? I've got January 16th.
Well, we talked about the peculiar
Nothing
people.
Day.
I had that one.
Nothing Day. January 16th is celebrated by doing absolutely nothing
This one
at
we
all.
could probably definitely do.
That right there, that day must be started by a politician. Nothing Day. Do absolutely nothing. You know, you get elected to office, and let's do absolutely nothing today.
You better be careful, James.
There's no politician watching, are you?
Maybe not. You hope not today. Here's one that we all can probably definitely do this weekend since it's forecasting rain. It says Step in a Puddle and Splash Your Friends Day. That's January the 11th.
We saw a video on that too.
Yeah, we
Road
did.
rage. It was that right there. He ought to save that for that day. It was
Right.
a video that had a truck passing somebody. It was trying to get back into the lane, the right lane, and a car come up through there and blocked it. Would not let him in. It was trying to inch it back and forth, trying to get in there, and cars was coming into the lane. And finally, the guy sped up and went around and got in front. And the guy must have had his window down because he must have, gave him the bird or something. Well, the guy in the truck slowed down in front, went out to the non-passing lane, slowed down enough to catch up let that guy catch up to him, and then sped up real quick and splashed water all in his window everywhere.
Right.
So
It covered that whole car.
it did. Because it was a car against a SUV, I believe.
Right.
And that truck hit that water and splashed.
He hit
it
it
covered.
fast.
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
he did.
And you said you had to have some thought behind that.
Yeah.
To back up, to catch up, to let it catch up, and then fly low like that.
Right. He really let him have
So
it.
that's that one there.
Right.
And then you got January 17th, don't you?
January 17th.
But we'll say that for next week, yeah. You didn't have that one?
No,
I thought
I
you
don't have
had
that.
Ditch
You
New
told me
Year's
about it.
Resolutions Day.
Oh, I mentioned it to you.
Yeah,
I
you didn't
print
pull that one.
off.
That'd
Yeah.
be next week, so everybody can
Right.
ditch their New Year's
So
resolution.
that shows we make it halfway through the month and then we throw the resolutions out the door.
Well, it's like, the week before Christmas and all the way up to about 2 days after the New Year, you saw on Facebook a lot of people posting what they're thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be, so many days of being thankful, 365 days of being thankful.
Yeah.
And they gave up, 2 days into New Year's, and they gave up being thankful for anything again.
Right.
So what else? No other days? Got holidays coming up this month. It is National Mentoring Month. Find somebody to mentor, I guess. It's that. And here's another one, National Stalking Awareness.
Stalking awareness.
Stalking awareness. Not stalking, but stalking.
Stalking.
Like stalking somebody.
Right.
And it's also National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Meaning, and I forget, there was someone on the show, not our show, but another show that had mentioned about what the percentage of people being trafficked in the United States, and then also it was a high percentage of people they knew.
Wow.
That was trafficking them, that would get them into like the human trafficking or the sex slavery and all that. And it was people they knew that was doing it. And I thought, wow, that's just amazing, the numbers that you don't think of that.
Right.
And when you think about the percentage that it was or is, it's a high percentage. I mean, it was like 1 out of every 8 people or something like that. I mean, that's a lot. You stand in a group of people, you think 3 or 4 of those people out of that group have the chance of being, sold into human trafficking or slavery. It's amazing what that is.
Right.
Also, National Blood Donor Month,
Good.
Birth Defects Prevention Month, and Cervical Health Awareness Month.
Say that real fast, James.
Cervical Health Awareness Month.
You did well.
Birthstone is a garnet. A garnet? I don't know. Fruits and veggies for the month, tangerines, dried cranberries, sun-dried tomatoes, raisins,
You
sunchoke,
missed something
taro
on that
root,
list of
water chestnut.
holidays this month.
It's not a holiday.
It's not a holiday?
No. You talk about 21st?
Yes.
21st? And what is it, 18 or 19?
It's 19.
It's the end of 19 going into 20, or do we celebrate 19 years?
You celebrate 19 years.
19 years. Wonderful, long, wonderful years of marriage, right?
Right.
19
Wonderful.
years. Wonderful.
Wonderful wife.
Wonderful.
Wonderful
Wonderful.
wife.
Wonderful.
Now, did
See,
you bring a Just Ask James today?
Yes, I did.
I knew you would.
Ask me about it.
What
Just
do you
ask
have?
James.
Just Ask James.
All right, I got new cash.
New cash.
New cash. Not old cash,
Not
but
old.
new cash.
It's got to be new.
This is a free program. You go to newcash.org to download it. That's gnucash.org. And it's a personal small business financial accounting software. It's freely licensed. It's available for Linux, BSD, Solaris, Mac OS X, and Microsoft Windows. Also can download it for Android. And it's designed to be easy to use. It almost looks like an Excel spreadsheet. If you look at your check register, how it's different lines are colored differently. It's almost what it looks like. You do double entry accounting with it. It's stock, bond, mutual fund accounts. You can set that up to follow it. It attaches basically. If you have stocks and things online, programs, it actually pull from there. You can actually set it up with your login and stuff, and it will actually pull from there and pull your information there, so your stocks go up and down. It shows in your accounting program as it goes up and down what your investments. It ties itself together. Small business accounting, reports, graphs. There's import, exports. You could actually use QuickBooks imports, like if you're using QuickBooks now. It will actually import or export to QuickBooks. There's transaction matching, scheduled transaction, financial calculations. Since it's an open program, it's free. You can download all the updates to it over whenever they come out. Now, you do have to pay for some of the support for it. There is some support you have to pay, and that's how these free programs do make their, stay alive, I guess, by donations and also by people buying the support packages. But the ability to enter split transactions, cleared and reconciled transactions, autofills, summary bars. You can do bar charts, pie charts, scatter plots, balance sheets, profit and loss, portfolio evaluation, and a lot of other stuff. And it's, like I said, it's free. It doesn't hurt you to go out there, download it, try it out, and it's also available for Android phones, tablets and stuff. You can actually get it, and actually will tie up to the one at your house or at your business, so you could actually pull it up and see, on right then and there what's going on. If somebody's entered something, at your office, you can actually pull it up and watch it. It updates it back and forth.
Okay.
And that's at newcash.org. That's gnucash.org. And I thought that was something nice for a lot of businesses around, a lot of small businesses. If you go and look at some of the software out there, FreshBooks, QuickBooks, and different ones, they cost a lot. Cost quite a bit sometimes, and then the updates and upkeeps and different things, and sometimes the hassles. We've got QuickBooks, but sometimes it's just a learning curve.
Right.
It's a big learning curve to get it all set up and everything. And this looked like it was really easy to set up. You got anything else?
I don't. I think that's all I have today.
Well, you want to talk about our guest? Want to talk about our guest today?
Somewhere in here you lost my list.
I've got your guest here.
You covered them up. we have Linda LaPola. She's going to be with us to talk about. She's a licensed acupuncturist.
Oh.
Ow.
Yep.
No,
ow.
It does not hurt.
I wonder how many pokes with the pen you have to become licensed, because I'm close to that. I have 4 sisters.
4 sisters. They
I have 4 sisters. I must be really close to being licensed.
You think?
Yeah.
And then we have a good friend of ours, Chris Free.
Oh, okay. That one. I was thinking about another one. They're all returning guests.
That's right.
Yeah,
not their first time.
rodeo.
I think Chris is a little experienced being on TV.
A couple times. He's been on a couple times.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hurley Buff. He's back.
Yep. He's back.
Got him back. We can't get rid of him. He just keeps coming back around.
Yeah. We'll have him on here. Secret question again. I did get a surprise question for him. He's.
Yeah, you didn't plan that out, did you?
No, I have to think about that. Yeah, actually, we'll talk about when he gets on here too.
Yeah, there you go. Save it.
I haven't seen it. We haven't had any of these people on since last year, so
right. So they're new to this year.
Yeah,
That's right.
New to this year.
That's right.
Well, I guess we can take it out and go to break, and we can come back here and have our first guest on and see how well it goes. So, folks, get a cup of coffee. Come back with us here in a few moments after these commercial breaks.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back, folks. And we're here today with Linda LaPola from Dove Healing. Welcome back again, Linda.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back.
Good, good, good. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I do a number of different things. I counsel with people on diet and nutrition. I talk with people about the issues that are going on in their life and try to promote healing in their body. And I take the time to interview the person that I'm going to be treating and see what modality would work best for their particular issue. So each session is specifically designed for the individual at the time that they come. One time they may have migraine headaches that they can't get rid of, or back pain or insomnia, and I try to help them with that. And then we go from there.
Okay. Now I've been in and with you and had a procedure done. I've saw you twice. And, everybody thinks acupuncture and James hollered, ouch, poked with needles, and that's not the case. It's very non-invasive, not a, how do I want to say, not the owl that James yells about.
Well, it's very unlike a needle that a nurse would use to actually go through not only the skin, but in through the muscle tissue and down into a vein to draw blood out for a test. First of all, we never go that deep. Second of all, the needle size is a huge difference. The size of the needles that we use only just barely penetrate into the skin, and you just don't even feel it. It's not like something you put in real slow. That would hurt. It's a very quick, just a light tap is what I do with my finger on the top of the little tiny needle. The needles are the size of a hair. In fact, if they were long enough, I could actually tighten a knot. That's how flexible and how soft they are. As I said, they don't stay in very long, and they actually don't penetrate very deeply, just go into the skin.
Sure.
So it's not a larger gauge needle that you would have to use in order to draw blood out.
Sure.
Or to inject into the skin.
Right.
When you put something in under the skin, all of our skin is held together. Our skin is attached to our muscle, is attached to ligaments, is attached to connective tissue. And when you put an injection into the muscle, a fluid in there, that's very painful. We're not like dogs where you can actually put an entire day's worth of water under their skin, inject under their skin if they're dehydrated. A dog is sick, it doesn't hurt them, it's not painful for them. If you did that to us, we would be in agony. Mm-hmm. So this is a big difference between the kinds of needles and the kind of tissue difference between humans and dogs, for instance.
Right.
Mostly, because I'm thinking of the needle that that I get the shots and stuff, and the inside part where it draws blood into. I mean, just that tip of that. I mean, the needles that you use, you could probably fit 20 or 30 of them into that space. I mean, that's how small they are.
Oh, at least. At least, yes.
I mean, I've looked at when I've had when you've I've had a procedure done and you've used them and everything. And I've looked at them; they're so tiny. I mean, and I think you more feel it just the tap more than anything. It's not even the needle that you feel; it's the tap.
It's the needles are in a guide tube, what they call a guide tube. And you feel the guide tube on your skin, but it's not painful. It's just something you feel. When the needle goes in, you feel it, but it's not pain like you bumped your toe or you...
Paper cut.
A paper cut. Oh my gosh, those hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that at all.
I think you feel more the pressure than anything.
Yeah, it's more like a pressure. You feel it, but it's not painful.
Mm-hmm. Right, and there are many different things that you can take care of with acupuncture.
Oh my gosh, anything non-emergency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not, it's outside of our scope of practice to work on something like a broken bone or a concussion, a heart attack. Don't call me for that. That's outside my scope of practice. You need to go somewhere where they can treat you for emergency medicine. That is not something we're talking about here. We're talking about somebody that has, like I said, insomnia, has digestive issues, has elimination issues.
Addictions?
Addictions, yes, I do have a protocol for that. It's called NADA, N-A-D-A, and this is for people that smoke or have an eating disorder, drugs, alcohol. It helps them to get over that. There are needles that are put in the ear, and certain points in the ear will actually suppress the appetite and cause the person to relax and calm them down so that they're not agitated over whatever the addiction is, whether it's a drug, an alcohol, food, or cigarettes that they're trying to get control over. So it helps not only calm the person down, but it also releases the tension in the body so that they can relax.
Now, do you find this being the first of the year, do you find that you have a lot of people calling you about New Year's resolutions, wanting to lose the weight or stop the addictions, and you find a high calls and, of that type?
We do have a protocol. It's called the Purification Program that is done through standard process of products that I have in my practice that I use and prescribe for people for different ailments that they have. And the Purification Program is a 21-day, it's a restricted food, of course, and then supplements to help boost the body so that you actually feel better. But it does not cause cramping. It does not cause constipation or diarrhea. There aren't any ill effects because actually you're feeding the body. And the shakes that you drink 2 to 3 times a day, plus food, of course, you're still eating. I find that I don't even need to eat other food with it because the shake is filling enough, along with the supplements that you're taking with it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you also have a cleansing product, correct?
Well, that is the cleansing product. That is the cleanse. And what that does is it restricts the diet to the point where you're not eating processed foods, basically. So the liver doesn't have to work overtime to try to deal with all of the toxins and the artificial colors and flavors and things that we have in our processed foods, all the additives that aren't 100% natural. So it gives the liver a chance to relax and get caught up, so to speak, on all of the junk that we eat in our American diet. And so that allows the liver to relax, which allows everything else to relax. The liver cleanses the blood, and so this also cleanses the blood, it cleanses the liver, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the kidneys all at once without side effects, which is fabulous, just fabulous.
I say with a lot of medicines nowadays, we was talking about that the other day with someone, and they talk about you take a pill for a headache, and then they've got a list of 42 side effects it's going to cause. And you've got to come up and say, okay, really, do I want to take this pill? I just stick with the headache,
Right, right.
And that's what we get through sometimes. The side effects is worse than the cure. And
a lot of the ailments that people have, I have had, other people have had. I mean, it's just a common thing. We live in a pollution. We breathe air that's not pure. We drink water that's got added this, added that, and we have chemical pollutants in the water and in the air and in the soil and fertilizers and bug killers and all kinds of things that are getting into our food, whether we like it or not. And so what this does is it helps to eliminate all of that out of the body, so that the body can function like God intended it to in the beginning.
Okay. Now, this is not something that you just overnight said, okay, I'm going to do acupuncture. You opened up an office and here you go.
No.
There was a bit of a process to get there, correct?
Right. You have to have some training before you can even go to school for acupuncture. I have a 4-year degree from Eckerd College in business management. Then after that, I applied to go to East West College of Natural Medicine, and it is a quite intense program. You go 10 semesters in a row with 2 weeks vacation in between each semester. So quite rigorous course. It's 3,000 credits, over 3,000 credits actually. It takes 3.5 years to complete because it's consecutive. You don't have any summer breaks. It's just, like I said, the 2 weeks in between. And quite frankly, I was exhausted afterwards. It took me like 3 or 4 months to recover from it, to just start feeling normal again. It's pretty stressful. You have to learn what they call pinyin language and learn all the herbs, and then you have to learn all of the formulas by their Chinese pinyin name. And you have at least one of those classes every single semester.
Wow.
Besides all of the Western physiology and anatomy that you have to learn as well.
So you basically had to put your life on hold for 3.5 years.
Yes, I could not work while I was doing that. And no student really does. It's very intense. So that's what you have to do. Then you have to go through the national licensing format, and that's taking national boards, pass those, get your insurance, and then apply for your license as well. So I've had to do that twice in the last couple of years, because I applied in Florida and was licensed there, and I still am licensed there. And now I live here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and I had to get it licensed here. So I had to go through the process a couple times.
So
not the testing, but the licensing.
Right. That's probably why you don't see a lot of acupuncturists around. I mean, it's...
Well, there aren't any acupuncture schools in Tennessee or Kentucky.
Okay.
And I'm not sure about Georgia, but...
So it's limited.
Yes, it's limited.
Far and in between.
Yes.
Right.
So how, if someone wants to set up an appointment, how would they do that? I mean, how would they go about that? I know you got your website and everything.
Yes, I do. It's www.dovehealing.net. They can look online and find out more about me online if they'd like to. You can call the office. That number is 423-458-4076. And I have office hours Monday through Thursday from 9 in the morning to 6 at night. So the best thing to do is to call for an appointment. It's not really a walk-in type of thing. It's best to make an appointment.
Sure.
So if I'm working on someone, I can't really
stop and work
and go and take care of someone that walks in.
Okay. Now, what's something, I guess, the time someone would need to allot, you know? I know there's different procedures and different time lengths that
Well,
it takes.
yes, it depends on what you want to have done. If you're coming in to stop smoking, you're going to be there half an hour, 20 minutes to a half an hour. It's not a lot of background information and intake that I need to do. So that's the shortest amount of time. Or stress relieving treatment. That is going to be, you're going to be there 20 to 30 minutes. And you get 2 needles in the ear, and it's $20. It's very, very, very inexpensive to come and have that done, but very effective.
It's very effective.
It's almost like you can just feel the stress kind of like melting off of you, if you would.
I felt like I was floating. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
It just
She
was like,
floated,
ah.
she floated back to the office and looked and said, "Oh, you're still here."
Well,
Linda,
it's a great way to actually get introduced to it if you have some trepidation about it.
Right.
And you're sitting in a chair, you're completely closed, and just put 2 in one ear. It's 2 needles in one ear. They're only about that long. Of course, you don't use the whole thing. Half of that's the handle of the needle. And it's just tapped in very gently into the ear. You don't even feel it.
Well, Linda, we appreciate you being on here today. We're running out of time, but we do enjoy it because, like I said, we've both been over there. We've had the different procedures, and I think Stacey's got an appointment coming up again.
She does.
Come over there, and I say give her a couple hundred needles, you know.
No, that's way too many.
Oh, yeah, 199. All right, well, Linda, we do appreciate you being there, being here
Thank
today
you
with
so
us
much.
and everything, and we had to have you back. Folks, we're going to go to a commercial break, and after we come back, we have our next guest on here, so don't go away.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Welcome back, folks, and we're here with Chris Free, a familiar face.
Hey, good morning. Hey, I haven't been on in a few weeks, so I'm ready.
Yeah, I'll say you don't get in that chair very often.
No, not on this side. I don't get to talk on it this much.
We're going to let you talk,
I get to talk. I wasn't going to say anything about Kay, but you know she likes to talk, so
I
don't
get
the
same problem.
Well, yeah, Mom, she just likes to talk a little bit, so I let her go. So, but I appreciate y'all having me on today. I'm glad I could come on. That's great.
You're the only one I could think of. I mean, other than Tracy Wright, that's up this early in the morning, that I can call and say, "Hey, can you be dressed and at the studio?"
Now, if you would have called earlier this week when it was so cold, I might not have been here. But
it's warmer here.
Was it warmer here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This past week it was cold.
A little brutal, wasn't it?
It really was.
Now, is this as far as north as you've lived? I mean, because you're from Florida area, and I mean, you lived in Florida.
Well, no. We've gone down Florida quite a bit. Now, we used to live in West Virginia.
Okay.
And then when Dad was in school, now I was little bitty at the time. We lived in Iowa.
Yes,
so
I was born in Iowa.
I
was born in Iowa.
Well, we lived in Davenport, and
Davenport, Iowa.
now I don't remember a whole lot about Davenport. I know, I was so little they wouldn't let me out when it was real bad snows, but I remember them talking about a car got stuck one time and they were having to walk back to the house and over knee-deep foot of snow trying to get back to the house, and you couldn't hardly see a hand in front of your face.
And see, we lived in Indiana in 76.
Oh, wow.
We talked about the 76 blizzards. I remember those. I was 7 at the time, and I remember my dad drove the Sunday school bus, and going down through the road where it had plowed it and plowed it and plowed it. The sides of the road was higher than the bus. I mean, that's how much snow we had had.
Oh, my lands.
They got so much snow they was taking it out to the shopping centers and dumping it in dump trucks on the parking areas, and they was as high as the street lights, at the malls and stuff, and that just mounds of it. We'd go out there, school shut down. We'd go out there and build just massive snow castles and tunnels through all that snow, because it was so, once it started melting and getting packed down, it was really good to dig in. And we'd have massive tunnels in there. I mean, you'd see out there, and there'd be 40, 50 kids out there just digging through these big mounds.
My kids would have a blast, and they can't wait. We've got sleds now at the house ready to go, and we haven't had any snow in the past few years. So
see, you're not missing anything, because then as you that's back when I was young and your fingers were numb going home, you didn't care, your feet were soaking wet.
Yeah, well, when you get older, you start.
You get older, you think of things like
it's too cold out here.
You think of -18 out trying to shovel the car out, and get it all shoveled out for the snowplow to come back through and put snow all back on
Put it
there.
right back in there.
I did that. They did that to us one day. I got it all plowed out and everything, and here comes the snowplow and just.
But
plopping
this
back
area
in
is
there.
not equipped for that. I mean, we're just
No.
not equipped for that. And even the cold weather, the houses around here. I mean, I've had to make phone calls this week to people homes we have listed and things to make sure that they don't have problems and to make sure that they don't have leaks in their home. I talked to a builder friend of mine, and his neighbor had a pipe burst in his house, and it wasn't one underneath the house; it was one up in the attic, and it was a water pipe to the very upstairs of the house. So he has 3 floors flooded.
Wow.
And so really, I mean, you have to watch out for those things, and because they called us, make sure all your pipes are good, make sure all the water's running, and because he had it happened in one of his upstairs pipes busted because it just got too cold. It was on an outside wall, and so it was coming down all 3 levels of the house.
Now, how long you lived in Cleveland?
We moved here in '76.
So is this like the coldest it's been since you've been here?
Now they said this was some of the coldest, I think, first of the week that it had been in, I think they said 30 years.
So it has
Since we've been here. And
this is nothing for us. I mean, I used to walk like that weather to school.
Yeah, that's back when they didn't cancel school.
Yeah.
You
went
didn't know what
anyway.
snow day was.
I had a teacher in high school, and I took German in high school. Don't ask me to speak any of it. I can't remember. I never did use it. But I took German, and she was from Austria, and that was one of the things she said. She said, "Oh, y'all don't have it hard." She said, "I used to ski to school."
Ski to school.
Yeah, they would ski to
Wow.
school because of all the snow and everything. They
Right.
would get out the skis and ski to school. I thought, okay, that's pretty neat. So.
Well, when we first moved here, it was calling for like a half inch of snow, and we were out and about, and I couldn't believe the milk, the bread. I mean, everything.
all
I was
gone.
like, "Are
we
you
was trying to
kidding
figure
me?"
out what people are doing with milk, bread, and eggs.
I
Toast.
wasn't really paying attention to the weather, and I went to the store Sunday night to pick up a couple of things, and I noticed there was no milk, no bread, and I said, when I got up to check out, I said, "What's going on?" And is there something going on I need to know about?
They
And
thought you were
said,
crazy.
well, no, they said, "Oh, you haven't heard, or it's going to be weather," and I was like,
Right.
Well, I don't know. What would you do? The milk, you can make snow ice cream, I guess, if it gets snow.
Yeah, well, milk's going to go bad if the
Eggs will
electricity
go
goes
bad.
out.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
you
if
can
it's cold
set
outside, you put it
set it
outside.
outside, and then your bread's not going to last.
But what are you going to make with those 3 items?
Yeah.
French toast.
I guess peanut butter
French- there you
sandwiches
go.
with
French
bread.
toast.
No,
fried egg sandwich with
But
a
then you
glass
got to
of
have
milk.
electricity, and if
Yeah.
electricity
Right.
goes out,
So we
I
can
mean,
never
that's-
understand why the whole big thing about going there. To
Those
me, I
3
go to the
items.
store and I buy a can of Spam because you can eat that warm or cold.
Yeah,
You don't have,
yeah.
that just, just plop that, break that open and, out it
Hey,
comes.
yeah.
It's there. It's got its own jelly. Bread. I don't know what, bread. Do you feel like a
Sandwiches.
bread sandwich? Yeah,
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah.
You have to have a jar
So
of
I don't.
peanut
We
butter.
never could understand. We've
I
always talked
don't know
about
why
that.
those ingredients are
It's just
what everybody wants.
something
so.
everybody's gotta
yeah,
have,
Yeah, like a
right.
peanut butter sandwich or something.
Right.
But the
and,
egg. I mean,
yeah, well,
I guess.
As long as you got
Eggs.
power, you're good to go.
as long as
but
you
if
got power, you're
goes
good.
Out, right,
You're
right.
good. So.
So real estate, I guess don't think about when you're saying you had to check on homes and
I
so
check
forth.
on
Those
homes,
are
and
things
if we have one vacant, we always have to check on it to make sure it's
Yeah.
okay if the people live out of town. And we have a house for sale that's vacant. We go over and check on that and make sure everything's okay there, and just follow up with people to make sure their homes are okay. Because if somebody calls about a listing or showing for one of our listings, then we want to make sure that house is being able to taken care of. And if they need
Right.
help, then we can help them find people to help them out and help that. Now, I'm not very good at restoration, but we can find somebody that can help them out and take care of those issues and help them along the process and get things back the way it needs to be.
Right.
I say
And,
because I've been going and showing a house and opening it up and it's been a week in water.
yeah,
probably
not a
what you
good
wanna
thing.
do,
Not a good
yeah.
thing. So we
Yeah.
have to follow up with those things and check on properties and stuff. If people are out of town on vacation, we'll get a call. Can you go by and check on something for me? And we don't mind doing that. That's we had one house that was listed and she'd already moved to Nashville, so I would go over and check on things and make sure everything was okay for them. And so that's just part of being a realtor. That's one of the fun parts of it. So.
Right.
Went out there
And, and it's a little. This week was a little bit slow just due to the cold weather. Not people much.
People weren't in the mood to look at
People
houses.
were not in the much, but you know what? I got 2 properties listed this week. People want to list their homes and ready for the new year. So it is looking to be shaping up to be a good January. Things are moving
Right.
right along. and
2014, good year.
yes, another good year. So interest rates are still low, and so that helps out. So and lots of new things with technology and stuff. So I like working in that, and real estate lets me dabble in that. So
Right.
makes it nice. So electronics show, Consumer Electronics Show was just on. A lot of new home automation things that are coming out for new homes and for existing homes. And so it lets me look into those things also. And so real estate's a nice field to be into. I don't want to say job, so
I
that's
saw one
not really
the
a
other
job.
day. It was been a while back. I saw one that you talk about tech in homes and everything. The key boxes now. Don't you use a phone or an app on your phone?
Yeah,
now
yeah. It works with our phone, and a lot of people still have the old. I say old. I mean, it's an electronic key that we have. But now some of them, the new ones, like when I just went and updated, some things I miss about my old one, but it works on my phone now, and it's all electronic. The little key box that goes on there is all electronic. It almost takes an act of God to get it off the door handle. You have to remove the door handle before you can get that off. Right. And we've had to do that, but we've had that happen once or twice, that it had gotten stuck for some reason or another. Not real sure why, but it had malfunctioned. So we had to replace the door handle and send it off, and they have to cut it off to get the key out of it. They are very safe. Everything that's done is electronically basically signed, that person, whoever uses their active key to get into the system and to get into that house, it's all recorded, sent to me immediately that somebody has entered the house, who it is that's entered the house, because everybody's registered with those. A lot of people get uncomfortable about, well, I've got a key on my front door. Nobody's going to take that key off of there and get into those lock boxes. And there's no combination that they could use to get in because it is all electronic. And they're probably one of the most secure. I mean, you hear people stealing a PIN number or stealing, there's no getting into this.
Well, you have to hold your phone right up to it, don't you?
We have a phone that has the software on it. Then we have what's the little fob, and it's actually a little Bluetooth adapter that we hold the button down on, and then it has to connect to that. And then we have a PIN number, and your phone has to be electronically signed to that fob. I mean, there's so many safety precautions that are done for that. So it's very secure to use, so everything's monitored, and letting us, like I said, they send us an email as soon as somebody walks into a house and what realtor it is.
So to get dressed and hurry up and get over there to sell the house.
Yeah, well, keep waiting.
Sit out front
okay,
the
they saw it, and
so
I can call them back later on. Hey, what do you guys think about the house? Get some feedback from them, and let us know, or wait for an offer.
It's a quicker process then.
It is. It's a much faster process, and that's some of the nice parts about that.
I don't say because there's so many houses out there. I mean, you guys selling some houses left and right. I
mean, things have been very busy. Have some lots and land coming up. Just listed a new lot in Cleveland, and we have plenty of homes. And there's homes that are out there to be bought, and we can sell any home. I mean, it doesn't have to be just our listing, and work with anybody out there if you're looking to move into the area, and which there is. There's a lot of people moving in from out of town. So
and commercial.
And commercial properties, yes, there's commercial properties here in town. Quite a few. We have several listed in here and Ottawa and in Dayton. And Dayton's a nice area over there.
Well, they can actually see your info commercial run on Channel 5. I mean,
that's right. They get to watch over there. People say they see us over there in Dayton, and which is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's a nice community over there.
Best hot dogs.
Yes. Now, one we have. Let's see. It's Kenny's Restaurant, and over there, and it is actually it is known for their hot dogs over there. Great place to go eat. It's not real kid friendly.
Boiled in beer, right?
Yeah, they boil them in beer, and it's not it's an adult environment, but you can walk up and to the counter on the outside if you want to stop up and get some hot dogs and things.
Like juicy hot dogs. I mean, does it soak up that beer?
Well, you know what? You don't really taste any of that. I mean, but it's just a good hot dog. And we got some chili dogs when we were up there visiting the place, and they're really good. Really, and I like a good chili dog.
Chris is stumbling around after 6 or 7.
No. Just one hot dog.
I can't taste the beer.
Just one hot dog. That's all they would let me to have. I was driving, and no, I'm just kidding. But no,
the alcohol cooks out.
The boil, it boils all that, so you just have the taste of whatever they put in beer. I think I watched the commercials. What is it? Hops, I think it is. They put. I don't know. They make it look like they're cooking this great meal, and it's just beer. Some of the commercials, the Samuel Adams commercials, we laugh about it. They made that. It looks like it'd be a great meal to eat, but it's just they're making beer. Yeah.
Wow.
That's all.
Get the guy coming up out of the
field, and he's got all the hops in his hands, bringing it around.
It looks like a harvest, which it is.
But
it's not the harvest we think.
Never knew how they made it. So.
Wow.
You got to learn. What is it on Farmville?
Farmville.
Farmville will teach you how to make a.
And that's the Facebook game.
hop,
yeah.
No,
I got hooked on that for
I
about
don't get
6
started.
months. I got hooked on my mom and my sisters and all that played, and I got hooked on that.
Yeah, no.
And about 6 months, and I got tired. I told my wife, I said, I find myself stopping during the workday to go harvest my farm. Or
No,
go
no.
or
I
do
don't
a
get
free
involved in
I
any
said,
of
I
that
got to get out of it,
stuff.
so I finally deleted all that, and that's been 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm still getting requests to come play. I'm like,
I see requests on mine, and I just flip it off the
Yeah.
screen. That's and what's funny, the kids, well, they don't play Farmville, but they have all their games on their iPads. And theirs will go, their battery will run out, they'll run it out, and they'll grab mine, dude, they want to play a game, and they'll look and they're like, Dad, you don't have any games on there. I was like, I know, because I'll get tied up. I purposely do not put games on.
See, I've got mine on my tablet.
I don't have any games on my phone, tablet, iPod, anything.
See, I
Nothing
do.
has any games on it.
We got a
because
long
they-
ride. We got a long ride to town. So I got a 3-year-old hollering, Dad, I need your tablet. I need your tablet.
Well, yeah. Well, I gave
And
my
he's playing
old one to,
Minecraft and Temple Run. He's pretty good at Temple Run for a 3-year-old.
I played
He's
Temple Run the other day on one of my
good.
kids, and it is a fun game. It's a very fun game.
He gets us a little bit. He's got a little bit of an evil part of him, I think, because he likes when the guy gets eaten by the alligator, gets caught by the monkey. He laughs. I said, David, no, and he gets caught, and he like.
Well, you
do it
know,
on
the
purpose.
Minecraft game, though, I was reading an article about that. This is how I'm kind of boring when it comes to tech. That they actually use that for third world development because they can plan out a city planning on that. Yeah. Literally in hours, what would take months on other software and other things, they're actually using that to develop a city layout or plan of a new development in third world countries because they can modify the software a little bit to include infrastructure and everything, which I thought was really interesting on that. And like I said, when you're in real estate and building and learning about those things, all that stuff comes up. So like I said, real estate's fun to be able to do. Kind of segue into those things.
See, I saw one where a college like Stanford or one of these places had gone in and used that Minecraft and it was teaching quantum physics with it.
Probably,
somehow,
yeah,
some
yeah,
way,
piece
they
of
were
physics
teaching
with
that.
it, yeah,
and
because
there's
they
a
can
website you go
modify.
out there and download it and everything. I think it was QCraft or something like it. I can't remember exactly how.
Probably, yeah. It's amazing what they've done with some of the software.
Well, Chris, we are out of time. That went fast.
Boy, that went fast, didn't it? You know, that's. But
did.
yeah, I appreciate y'all having
Wait,
me on.
anybody can contact you real estate?
Oh yeah, you can reach me at chrisfreetn.com. Or you can reach my mom, Kay, at kfree.com. Our phone numbers are 423-961-8095. That's my number. 423-718-6967. That's Kay's number, and I got them right today. and got them all out there quickly. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you
being
being
on.
here. You know, I'll
Hey,
call
it's
you
going to be a
again.
great 2014.
Next morning, you know, any morning I forgot to have somebody early here.
Well, I got to call you today. I got to get some signs for some property.
Okay,
So
well, we'll do that.
sounds good.
Well, Chris,
where
we
to find
appreciate you being here today. And folks, we're going to go to a break and come back with our last guest. And you already know who that is, Hurley Buff. We'll see you in just a few moments.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Are you having trouble filing for disability?
Seems no one is concerned about your pain, the waiting, the denials.
While some representatives will meet with you in court, we will meet with you now to discuss your plan. We'll review with you the same file that the judges will see. Call us now. Social Security Law Center at Logan Thompson.
You're entitled to better.
This segment of Tennessee Valley This Morning is brought to you by Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland and 2120 Chapman Road, Chattanooga. For your next new or previously owned vehicle, make it Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the better way to buy.
Oh, James. Welcome back, folks. And James has got Hurley and I laughing here.
Discover that you
He's
don't
got
eat
Dorito thumb.
You don't eat Doritos early in the morning anymore.
You wash your hands.
I did.
I wish
But
there
it
was a way we
stained it.
could
That
zoom
shows
in
you
on
how
that.
much
I know.
what it's doing to the inside.
Orange fingers.
Right, orange thumb.
You've heard of green thumb. There's the orange thumb.
Yep. Unfortunately, his is the orange kind. That don't really work the same way, does
Not
it?
the same.
Yeah,
Not
orange
the
thumb
same.
unless you're growing pumpkins.
Growing pumpkins.
Is there money in pumpkins? I don't know.
I don't know.
There is in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Here we go with the games again.
No.
Farmville,
Pumpkin golem,
Minecraft.
snow golem, you know,
Uh-huh.
jack-o'-lantern, you know.
No,
There is.
we ain't
I
going
mean,
there.
you used to watch a show that had the, what was it called, the Little People in the Big
Oh,
World?
Little People, Big World. The roll-off show. They have a
Yeah,
pumpkin
they
farm.
had Pumpkin Farm, and they did
Did
well
all
by
kinds
it.
of
Had a
neat
big
things at their farm.
trebuchet that shot pumpkins and stuff. One of the kids got hurt by it, or one of them got hurt.
Yeah.
So there's money
Yeah,
in
they
it.
had a little
for the,
accident,
there's
but
money
yeah.
in it for the insurance providers, the doctors, the
That's a
nurses.
little too gruesome for a
Right.
Friday morning.
Right, James.
Gosh,
Pumpkin.
y'all had some great guests on today.
We did.
I hadn't seen Chris in a long time, but Linda LaPola did a great job.
She
I thought.
did.
You know, I've had one of her treatments myself.
You've done it
It
yourself,
is
too?
so relaxing. I mean, you know, anybody owes it to theirself. Anybody can go and treat theirself to a little comfort and a little pampering, I guess you'd say, for 30 minutes. I mean, it doesn't take long.
No.
But I was kind of like you. I felt like I was kind of big as I am. I thought I was floating off
Floating.
the table.
Yeah, I went back to the office just like, oh.
Uh-huh.
It just was
Well,
unreal.
I mean, you know, it does kind of make the stress melt away. And I mean,
yeah,
you
like
know,
she said, that feeling, it does.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, there's a little bit of stress in all our jobs here.
Well, we
but-
had the holidays. We had just
Yeah,
everything going on,
exactly.
and it was great.
I mean, it's a wonderful time of year, but it's certainly a busy time of year. And a lot of stress for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And
Even
for
though you enjoy it
$20,
in the
she
end.
can relieve you of stress. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I mean, that's awful little to ask
Right.
for that kind of relaxation.
Right.
You know?
You used to do it less than that though.
how was that?
You used to spend about $20, I guess. Send me to the movies all day long.
Oh, so you get rid of you? Yeah,
Had
you
the
used
dollar
to be
cinema,
able to go
the dollar
to the movies
cinema,
for
you know,
20
and I would
bucks.
go and I'd plan it out. You know, okay, at this time on Saturday that was playing. Then as soon as I got done with that, I got 20 minutes to go to this one. And she'd drop me off, and she'd go play cards with her aunt, or they go running around or whatever. But she'd drop me off till about 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'd sit all day. That was my relaxing time.
Movies.
And so,
I'm
see,
sure it was relaxing for her.
Oh, it
too.
was. I call her at
You
12
buy a
o'clock and
peace
say,
of mind,
Yeah.
don't
I call her at 12
Right.
o'clock and say, hey, Stacey, movie's been over for 4 hours. You come get me?
Not hardly.
My stress is gone.
Yeah, so Hurley, we contacted
So,
you because
Stacey.
we were going to be unavailable next week for
You
the
guys
show,
are
and
gonna
I'm
be
hearing there's
off, so to speak.
so I'm hearing everybody needs to tune in next week.
Oh, everybody needs to tune
Just
in next
all
week. We're
10
going to have
of
a
them.
great show. I'll give you a little taste of some of the guests that are going to be on. We have a gentleman at the incubator that actually is pretty close to where you guys are. That he grows mushrooms, but he also makes mushroom extract. And they're supposed to have a plethora of all kinds of health benefits to. I can't remember everything that it helps, but what?
You
I just
brought
happen to have a
some
list right
notes.
here. But I mean, just reading a few of these, I mean, it's lion's mane treatment is what it's called, and it says it may be useful in the treatment of Alzheimer's, anxiety disorders, neuropathy, attention deficit disorder, which a lot of people I'm sure would be interested in, fatigue, gastritis, kidney disorders.
Short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss is one thing that I'm kind of interested in myself because you know, let's be honest. As the days advance, my memory is not what it used to be.
Sometimes we don't
when I was
want
a
those
kid.
back, do we?
Some of you may be
Sometimes
right.
short-term
but
memory loss is a good thing.
Pneumonia and pleurisy, you know, that would be important for this time of year.
It has an
But
immune system builder to
it appears
too.
to. It appears to. I mean, I'll have to admit, I'm not an expert on the subject by any means, but some of our tenants in the building have been using the treatment, and they've already come to tell me that they noticed a difference in how they felt almost immediately.
Wow.
They got the nice labels on it.
Yeah, I
he
wonder
got
why
some
you talk about
nice
those
labels
labels.
somewhere. I wonder
Yeah,
where in the world
yeah.
he had those printed up. But yeah, he's
Yes.
a really nice young man, and he's absolutely dedicated to what he's doing. So he's going to be on with us. I think that'll be an interesting
Good.
conversation.
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting.
Yeah, and we have sort of a show veteran.
Yeah.
Brenda Gossett's going to be with us. She's with Massage and Body Works of Cleveland, and she's also in the incubator. But what an energetic woman. I mean, she has so many irons in the fire. I don't see how she keeps up with herself.
No, and long hours.
Long
Come in any
hours don't
time of the
mean
day, you
anything
see
to
her.
her.
She's there.
But I mean, she offers several different kinds of massage therapy. As a matter of fact, she has taken the lion's mane, and she's noticed an improvement in her own health. So she actually approached Michael and is now selling his product in her suite.
Wow.
So I mean, obviously, somebody who is in the know about those things believes in it. So
And so we've got a couple bottles of it. But I'm keeping it more for because we did the labels. I like having it up there. I have not taken any of it.
Did you guys ever try the mushroom he gave you? Did you?
I had 2 bags growing for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he
I've
shared
actually
that
got one
with
out on the porch now, and I thought it was done. I thought it was done, and I put it out on the porch, and there's 2 growing out of it still.
Wow, that's cool.
So
That's amazing.
cool.
yeah, it's
It's a neat little process.
it's a nutty flavor. It's a nutty flavor, and he'll tell you this next week. I don't want to steal thunder from him, but but it's a nutty flavor, and it almost got a texture of eating. You know how the imitation crab. You know how it kind of peels away, or string cheese. I mean,
Yeah.
almost that kind of texture. I mean, it's that. I don't know, like a crab or lobster type meat of texture. That's what it tastes like.
Well, I tell you, whether you like to eat mushrooms or not, they're pretty just to look at.
Yeah, they are pretty
Yeah,
mushrooms.
especially when they
Put that in
grow.
a pot
Once they
in the
start
kitchen.
getting the hair on them
That,
and stuff.
yeah,
I mean,
the
and
tentacles or
stuff,
whatever.
yeah. There you
They're
go.
very
Yeah.
cool.
And
I
they
mean, the
start getting-
lion's mane, that really describes
so I heard
it.
the white.
really does
I've
look
heard it
like
being
that.
called the white cloud mushroom. I've heard it. The white lion's mane. There's like 2 or 3 different names, but yeah, it's a Chinese one. Is what it is.
Yeah. Well,
He'll know all. He knows
mushrooms
all
go,
that.
they're
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
now,
good.
finally, we are going to have a business from the Innovation Center, G Daddy's Barbecue. They're going to come back and visit again. They visited with you guys, I know, but they've never visited with me, so we're going to get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, that's right.
Now. So they're going to be telling us about all the different kinds of food they do, and they've
Because I'm sure
catered-
they expanded since we've had them
Well,
on the
they
show.
have, and I mean, they had a very large selection to begin with. But they're keeping up with it all and then some.
We've
And of
sampled
course,
it several
Karen Dunn's
times.
slaw.
Yeah.
Done.
Done,
Yeah.
done, yeah,
Cousins.
Duns.
Cousin.
Cousins.
Cousins of some. Okay.
Let's buzz
Well,
the
anyway,
cousin.
her slaw, both the coleslaw and the hot slaw. Oh man, I mean, you can't beat it. And her baked beans. I
The
mean, they're
smoked-
starting to
the
become
smoked meat.
requested at our company picnics and whatnot. So, yeah,
Right.
they'll be with us. They're always fun to talk to. So I think we'll have a great show. All you guys out there, you're going to want to see this one next time.
Next
Well,
next
we
Friday.
are out of time, folks.
Out
We're
of
down to under a
time.
minute. We're glad that Hurley was here today. Also Linda and also Chris. And folks, tune in next week. You see Hurley and all these wonderful guests are going to be on here. And then the following week, hopefully, he'll allow us to come back. But we're out of here. We're out of time. So we'll see you again next week.